Greetings everyone, I am Diana Dolordi de Ocampo, and in this video, I'll be guiding you through the overview of our code, which is a peso to USD currency converter. Together with my classmate, we'll help you understand each part of the program. So let's get started. As you can see, this program is designed to handle the conversion between Philippine peso and US dollar. This user simply inputs the desired amount, then selects whether to convert it into peso or USD. Finally, the program will automatically display the converted value. Now that you've seen what our program does, let's go deeper and look at each part of the code. And for that, I'll let my classmates explain it for you.
First, we need an input object, which in this case is a buffer reader. Along with that, we also set a rate value between peso and USD. This rate will be used later in the expressions to perform the conversion.
Next, this code will display and prompt the user to enter their desired amount. This amount will be stored in a variable called amount, and this variable will be used in the expression later.
After that, the program gives another prompt, this time asking the user to choose the conversion type. The input here will determine whether the amount should be converted to peso or to USD.
Once all the inputs are done, the code then checks whether the user entered a peso or USD. If the input is valid, a string value will be stored in a variable called conversion type, which will be used in the next statement. If not, it will simply store error.
Next, the value of converted type is used in a condition to determine the conversion. If the user selects peso, the amount will be converted to peso. If the user selects USD, it will be converted to dollar. However, if the user types anything else, the program will return a value of 0. The result is then stored in variable converted value. An extra part of the code is also included to limit the converted value to decimal places.
Once the expression is complete and the value of the converted value is stored, another variable called result is created to compute the overall output of the process. If the user enters something other than the given option, it will store error message, otherwise it will store the converted value together with its currency.
Finally, the code will display the value of the result. This serves as the output of the entire process, showing either the converted amount with its cursor type or error if the input was invalid. With this, the code successfully completes a full cycle of input, process, and output. But what about the statements outside of it, like try, catch, and finally?
For that, we'll explain all of it for you so you don't have to. First, the try block contains the main program, while the catch block handles possible errors, such as invalid input or problems with the data. This prevents the program from crashing and instead shows an error message.
Finally, the finally block ensures that the reader is closed properly after the program finishes, even if an error occurs. This makes the program more reliable and user-friendly.